Word of Visionaries, man. What it do with y'all? Welcome back to another video out in it. You know what I'm saying? Now, look, man. I want to talk to y'all about something today. And honestly, man, I don't know what I'm going to title this video. Keep it 100 with you, man. I really don't know what I'm going to title the video, but I do know what it is that I want to talk about. We're talking, man. You see, let me talk about me right quick, man. This word, there is this word called manipulator. Manipulate, or just manipulator. We're talking, man. And basically, that's what some people have been calling me recently. Now, I never really looked at myself as a manipulator. Real talk, I never really even thought of that word. And even if I did use that word at the end of the day, just because of the word manipulate, look, G, most people, they think of that word and they think about it in a negative connotation, when it could be a positive. Because if I want to use the word manipulator, manipulate, whatever the fuck, look, G, what it is that I do manipulate. Look, I manipulate reality to my will. That's the only thing it is that I manipulate. And since I manipulate reality to my will, right? Since I manipulate reality to work for me, therefore everything that exists in reality is going to act accordingly to what it is that I'm manipulating, which is reality. So if I'm manipulating to have a better life, then guess what? Things is going to rearrange into that type of, structure. I'm telling you what it is. And, real talk, man. Even when it comes to if I want to sit back and attract positive individuals, or, attract positive experiences and shit like that, then guess what? When it comes to like the human aspect, basically people are going to be on their best behavior. I'm telling you, it's all about manipulating reality to your damn will. Real talk, man. So most people, they think about that in a negative connotation, when in reality, look, G, it could be a positive connotation. Real talk, man. Look, man, and the last thing I'm going to say when it comes to that, man, look, man, I had a burp. Real talk, though, man. But the last thing it is I want to say when it comes to that, hey, look, G, either you manipulate reality to your will, or reality is going to manipulate your ass. I'm telling you what it is. And as we could clearly see, most people are getting manipulated by reality. Because you ain't the one manipulating reality. Reality is manipulating you. So it's either you do it, or reality does it for you. I'm telling you what it is. Now I want to talk about something today, man. And this is going to be a dating related type of video. And this video, man, not going to sit back and cap. This video is going to be geared for the men. But if you're a female watching this video, oh, I'm about to expose the damn secret. Real talk though, man. You see, let me just show you something right quick. This is called, this right here, I should get sponsored, but this is called Pink Ice Perfume. And basically, look, man, basically, oh yes, indeed. This right here, I wear it. Oh yeah. Yeah. I wear perfume, bitch. Real talk though, man. I wear perfume. And there's a reason for it. You see, I'm in a spot, man. Honestly, I am honestly in a spot where I am able to be around multitudes of women every single day. I literally have a cheat code unlocked to have infinite abundance of beautiful women. So everywhere look, man, basically what I'm trying to say is I'm surrounded by women most of my damn days. Real talk though, man, and I love it. So with that being said though, right? With that being said, also I got me a dream job, a woman-based job. With all women, I'm the only man. Man, I am very lucky. Real talk though, man, but look, G. I overheard, right? It was a couple of these females, they was talking, it was like 3 of them, right? They was talking to each other. And basically, they was talking about fragrance. Because I work at like a fragrance type of female store. Real talk though, man. So anyways though, man, I heard them talking, right? And basically it was one of them that was explaining, right? It was one of them that was explaining. And they said that it was a man. It was a man that came in the store because you know, the place it is that I work at, right? Like I said, it's literally like 99.9% full of like woman-based items. And it's only like 1% of like men items, like literally 0.01%. And it's literally just the fragrance, aka the cologne for men. So anyways, man, so it was a man that came into the store, right? It was a man that came into the store. And basically that man, he was looking to see what my female coworker was talking about. She was saying that that the man, right, he was looking to see for a specific type of cologne. And he asked her which type of cologne is the best one. And she gave out her preference, and you know, she said this is her favorite, right? So anyways though, man, with that being said, you know, like a couple minutes later when he was about to get rung up or something like that, you know, basically he asked her another question. And you know, basically he asked like the same question, like, you know, I think he was trying to spit game. Real talk though, man. But anyways, man, so you know, he was asking the same female coworker, right? He was asking her, like, you know, like to smell his arm, like, because he had 2 types of cologne now. So he was asking her to smell his hand, or, you know, I don't know, wrist or something. But anyways, man, just know this. She was getting frustrated. Real talk though, man. You know, because she already told him which one it is that was his favorite. I mean, that was her favorite. So with that being said, basically she got turned off. Real talk though, man. But point of this I'm trying to get across, and it was another female that intervened, right? It was another female because they was all talking. So it was another female that was intervening or something like that. And basically she said this. I don't like when a man smells like a man. Let me say this one more time. She said, I don't like when a man smells like a man. Now, here you are as a man watching this video. Look, G, there's nothing wrong with smelling good. Real talk though, man. You probably got on the Axe. Like you probably got the man's type of body wash. You probably got the man's Axe, like deodorant. You probably got like the man's type of cologne. Like real talk, man. You smell no homo, but you smell good as a man. Real talk, man. I mean, like you're not gonna walk around here stinking on some shit. And I will tell you this, you will get complimented on how you smell because, like I said, you smell good. You got the manly You got the good smelling man type of fragrance. Real talk, man. So you will get complimented. But you see, a nigga like me, real talk though, man. Person like me on some shit, I go even a step further. Like what I was saying earlier in this video. I have been recently being called a manipulator a whole lot. And you want to know something, man? You know what? Fine. I take that damn word and I take it as a compliment. You damn right. I am a manipulator. I'm telling you what it is. So with that being said though, right? Since I am a quote unquote manipulator, guess what? Since we talking about dating out in this bitch, oh, you think do you honestly believe I'm not manipulating dating and I'm not manipulating these hoes to my will? You think I'm not doing that, my G? Let me explain some of my secrets and let me explain about what it is that I'm talking about in this video. You see, I know about female psychology. And since I know about female psychology, I know how to get into a female's head. One of the very first secrets, this is off topic, but one of the very first secrets I want to give to y'all. Look, G, let me talk about this right quick. Then I'm gonna go back to what I really want to talk about. To all the men out here, I know you probably seen like a Zetsy man, real talk, man. The G word that rhymes with Tay, real talk, man. I know you be seeing them and shit like that. And it's one thing it is that you're going to notice. And the thing it is that you're going to notice that most Zetsy men, the G word that rhymes with Tay, they have like friendships or connections or like relationships with women. Like every time they probably have like a female best friend. They probably have like multiple females around them. But there's a reason for it being. And that should let you know, look, G, look. What that Zetsy man is doing, right? What that Zetsy man is doing, what the secret that Zetsy man is doing, he has no idea that he's doing that. But what he's doing is cheat code. He is familiar. Let me say the word right. But he is familiar with women. Let me say this one more time. He is familiar. That's the key word. Familiar with women. Excuse me. So since he is familiar with women, basically females are going to treat him like with all the men that exist in the world. Look, man, with all the men that exist in the world, when they see that Zetsy man, when they see that G word that rhymes with Tay man, when they see them, right, they're gonna treat that man and they're gonna put that man on when it comes to them, like when it comes with like hanging with them and shit like that, they're gonna put that man on the easiest of the easiest difficulty. And the reason for it being is because they are familiar with women. I'm telling you what it is. They are familiar. They know. Look, G. Look, man, they got female tendencies. So with that being said, look, they know how to easily, like, when it comes to like the tendencies, motherfucker, they can relate with women. When it comes to like the shit it is that they watch and shit like that, motherfucker, they can relate to their ass. I'm telling you what it is. Look, man, they are relating to women. They are familiar. And look, man, you don't have to, motherfucker, look, man. When it comes to a straight man, right? When it comes to a straight man, what you're going to have to do, look, G, look, man, you're going to have to get familiar. Look, man, I'm telling you the cheat code. You're going to have to be familiar when it comes to these females, my G. Because when you are familiar with these women, like when you're not putting them on a pedestal, when you're not, here you go. Because when it comes to men and women, right? See, because you're trying to date. So with that being said, when you're trying to date, right? When you're trying to date, what you're going to do, you're going to sit back. You're going to sit back and you're going to try to bag her. But then thing is though, you're going to place all of these, you're going to place this expectation of how you want that outcome it is that you want to go. Like, okay, so here you go, right? So you trying to spit riz and shit like that, right? So when you try to do that, here you go, you might stutter upon your words. So now you already thinking to yourself, oh damn, I already fucked up. Or here you go, you feeling nervous and shit like that. You putting her ass on a pedestal. Here you just wrapped in your own head, my G. You wrapped in your own head. If you were to be familiar with them, if you were to treat them like they're regular and you were to treat them like they're normal and motherfucking what's some other things like if you were to just become familiar with what women like, with what women doing shit, if you just be around a whole lot of women, I'm telling you what, if you just be around a whole lot of women, my G, if you just be around a whole lot of women, then what's going to happen is, motherfucker, you're going to be able to be familiar with their ass. That's a cheat code. Look, G, I might talk about that in another video, but that's not why I wanted to talk about in this video. What I wanted to talk about in this video, back to what the fuck I was saying. Look, G, I wear perfume out in this bitch. Not just that. Look, G, I wear female perfume. I use female body wash. I use female shampoo. I use motherfucking female deodorant. Motherfucker, I use female lotion. Motherfucker, look, G. Motherfucker, look, G. Pheromone. Basically, I smell. You better listen to what I'm saying, G. I smell like a woman. Oh, yeah. I smell like a woman. Right here and right now. I smell like a straight up woman out in this bitch. Real talk though, man. And since I smell like a woman, right? You see, when it comes to these females, right? When it comes to these females, let me tell you, look, man, when it comes to females in dating, look, man. They want a toxic man. I'm not going to say for all. Modern women, most women, they want a toxic man. And what I mean by the word toxic man, right? What I mean by the word toxic man, they want the ideal toxic man. What do I mean by that? What is the ideal toxic man? The ideal toxic man is the man that they truthfully want, and they know that that man is toxic, and they know that that man is going to cause them problems. But the thing is, though, they're going to submit to them. And the reason as to why they're going to submit to them is because they are the ideal toxic man. So when it comes to the ideal toxic man probably got money. That ideal toxic man probably got a whole lot of women. That ideal toxic man is attractive. And motherfuckers, look, G, they probably got all three. And it's plenty more. Me personally on some shit, I'm the ideal toxic man. I'm telling you what it is. So, when it comes to what it is that I'm talking about, my G, I smell like a woman for a reason. Yeah. I smell like a woman for a reason. And the reason as to why I'm smelling like a woman is simply because that's what these women want your ass to smell like. I'm telling you what it is. Don't let this go over your head. They want you to smell like a woman, my G. These females want you to smell like a woman. Why? Why do these women want you to smell like a woman? They want you to smell like a woman simply because when they smell your ass, they're going to know and they're going to think in their head. They're going to think in their head and they're going to say, damn, was he just with another woman? Damn, he smelled just like a female. Like he must just finish coming back from like fucking another woman or something. Damn. Is that perfume? He got too many hoes. Female psychology. Like I said, man, I already said this like a couple minutes ago, but there's a word. There is a word called pheromones. Now, when it comes to the word pheromones, right? When it comes to the word pheromones, when people talk about pheromones, you gotta look at it on YouTube. When people talk about pheromones, right? They always say that having pheromones, or should I just say smelling good? Like I said, you might be a man watching this video right now. You probably smell good. You probably smell like the best cologne or the best body wash for like the man type of fragrance. You probably smell the best at that shit. That's pheromones. You smell good. Real talk though, man. But like I said early in this video, one thing about me, I take it a step further. And basically, there's something stronger than pheromones. There's something stronger than smelling good as a man. You replicate how these females smell, my G. You replicate it. As a straight man, you replicate how these females smell. And the reason as to why you replicate as to how these females smell, the reason as to why you do that is simply because that's what these hoes want your ass to smell like. And the reason as to why they want you to smell like a woman is simply because in their mind, they're going to think that you have other women. And that's what these women want. They want a man that has multiple women, whether these females like to admit it or not. Look, man, don't believe me on some shit? Why do you think, right? Why do you think when you're single out in this bitch? Here you go. You might be single right now. Here you go. You might be single as a Pringle. You probably just single and down on your luck. When it comes to doing that, right? When it comes to being like that, isn't it funny as to how, when you're single, you have no options. Like every single time you try out in this bitch, you just do not try. Or take that word try out, but it just don't work. Real talk, man. It just never worked. You these females have the perfect opportunity to get with you when you are single and you're the single and you literally have no one else, just you. They do not want your ass like that, my G. They do not want you when you single and you just the only one. But all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden, when you get a girlfriend, all of a sudden, when you start to pull a woman now, now that's when these females want you. And the reason as to why these females want you is because they know that you could pull a woman. They know that you got abundance of women. It's not even just with dating, my G. It's like even with a job opportunity. Here you go, right? Here you go. You in desperate. It's basically like being desperate. Real talk, man. Here you go. You in desperate need of a job, but you cannot get a job, but you desperately need the job. But as soon as you finally get a job, right? Now you finally get a job. Now you finally got a job, and now you finally starting to like get money, right? Oh, now that's when a job wants you. And the reason for it being is because you no longer need it. Should I say, like, you are now abundant. So when it comes to what I'm talking about in this video, when you smell like a woman, basically what's going to happen is it's going to When you smell like a woman, it's going to put a signal into these females' brain, and they're going to think in their mind that you have abundance of women. I'm giving out game, B. I'm giving out game. I'm giving out game, man. I'm giving out game. I highly suggest you better use it. So look, man, good thing I brought that up. If you are a man that is struggling in dating, you probably have the worst luck ever in dating. I don't feel sorry for you. And the reason as to why I don't feel sorry for you is simply because, look, G, I'm breaking you free from that illusion. Retata, man. And I'm giving you the game. Look, G, if you are down bad, if you just have the worst luck in dating, what I need your ass to do, look, man, you need to go to the store. Retata, man, you need to go to the store and you need to get some damn female products. And what I mean by female products, you need to get you need to go to the store and you need to get female body wash. You need to go to the store and you need to get female deodorant. You need to go to the store and you need to get female perfume, female lotion. You need to smell the exact same as a good smelling female will smell. I'm telling you what it is. You need to replicate it, because I'm here to tell you right now, like I said with that word, pheromones. And it's like, look, man, when you do this, right? When you do this, there's going to be something it is that you're going to notice, because I've been noticing this shit. And it's going to have to happen. Look, man, when you smell like a woman, right? When you smell like a woman, I'm giving you a cheat code. When you smell like a woman, females are going to come out of the damn blue. And you're going to end up being more familiar with them. You want to know why you're going to be more familiar with them? Because you smell like them. And guess what? They're going to be more familiar with you. You want to know why? Because you smell like them. In their head, like I said earlier in this video, in their head, they're going to think that you have hella hoes. In their head, they're going to think, damn, he just finished being around a whole lot of women. Damn, he just finished fucking some women. Damn, like, I know he got bitches because he smelled like it smelled like he been around a whole lot of women. You better listen to my ass. Retata, man. You better listen to me, man. I'm telling you, man. And look, man. Look, everything it is, everything it is I'm talking about, this all came from a woman. This all came from females, my G. You see, look, man. It's a reason as to why I be around a whole lot of women. And look, man, look, G, another cheat code, I might explain this later on in the future or like in another video. Look, G, you need to start going where the woman is at. Because when you be around a whole lot of women, right? When you be around a whole lot of women, they're going to give you the cheat codes, my G. It's not even cheat codes. They're just going to give you, look, man, you as a man, you need to gain intel. It's like you need to be a damn spy in disguise. Retata, man. You need to know female nature. You need to understand what these females think, and especially when it comes to dating. You need to know what it is that these females are looking for in a man. Or like what they think of a man, or like, you know, what it is that they're looking for, what it is that they think about, all type of shit when it comes to dating, like when it comes to them, like, because I'm telling you, man, when you be around a whole lot of women, they're gonna give you game, or when it comes to like them dealing with a man. And I'm giving you one of the games right here. Like I said before, look, G, look, man, they're gonna like when they're gonna like the fact that you smell good as a man when you wearing like man type of fragrances and shit like that. But the thing is, you smell you smell too much like a man. So with that being said, when you smell too much like a man, right? Basically, what I'm trying to say is you can't really get into their head when you smell like a man. They're gonna say that you smell good and shit like that, but you can't get into their head. Because I'm here to tell you right now, if you were to smell like a woman, you're easily gonna get into their head, my G. Because now you're gonna have them to start to think, damn, damn. Is that the perfume in this that I got? He been around some bitches. Real talk though, man. Damn. Like he smelled like a female. I know he get laid all the time. I know he get pussy. But I'm giving y'all a game, bro. I'm giving y'all a game. If you're a man right now watching this whole entire video, I just gave you game, my G. I just gave you game. I would, because one thing about me, I like to yap. Real talk though, man, but I already got my point across though, man. I already got my point across. So, the last thing I'm going to say when it comes to this, man, look, G. At this current moment, right now, in this present moment for me, I literally smell the exact same as a female. The exact same. And guess what? These females are like, real talk, man. They're even easier than ever. I'll tell you what it is. Because I'm in their head. Because I know about female psychology. Because I am being familiar with women. I'm around a lot of women. I should be charging. Bro, talk to man. I honestly should be charging. Look, man, I'm giving you the damn blueprint, G. I'm giving you the blueprint, bro. Look, man, if you like this video, man, stay tuned. What the fuck? But if you like this video, stay tuned for some more videos. And we out. V's up.